Hi, this is Nick Syhodges. I'm the author of Confessions of a Global Negotiator and founder of Global Negotiations, LLC. I'm here to talk to you about what I've observed to be one of the biggest mistakes in negotiations, and that's making it so darn easy for the other side to disagree with you. You see, in any negotiation, there really are two main goals. You want to illustrate why your audience should care about your topic. You want to limit the surface area for them to object. In the way you approach things, position things, the words and tone that you use can be the difference between winning and losing. And the great news is that it's entirely within your control. So I'm going to share with you what I have observed as 3 tips for making it nearly impossible for the other side to disagree with you. Tip number 1, ground your audience on a widely appealing and compelling problem and message. Virtually all of the greatest speeches in history have this attribute in common. Think of Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech. He didn't speak of one race, religion, or creed. He spoke of all peoples, of all races, religions, and creeds, and implored them to join the fight for civil rights. Now, we're fortunate that most of our negotiations are not so lofty in nature, but the same attribute applies. You need first to ground your audience, your opponent in a negotiation, on something that taps into their interest and motivate them to care and act on it. Number 2, be factual, be fair, no hyperbole. In any occupation, there are job performance reviews, and there are some that go well, some that don't go so well. The manager that typically falls short speaks in terms of generalities. You're not strategic, or they say things that are exaggerated, or show subjectivity. You're always late with your reports, or you never hit your numbers. How to avoid doing that? Stick to facts. You want to tailor your arguments or your criticisms or your feedback around things that are objective in nature. The more we veer into opinion, the more we invite our audience to do the same. You'll see that in many business proposals, there are guiding principles that kick things off. Those presenters that get stuck on subjective and opinion-based guiding principles tend not to move to the what of their discussion. If you focus on objective, factually based criteria, you'll get a nod of approval and typically a green light to proceed. Make sure that you follow that at all costs. Be factual, be fair, no hyperbole. The third and final tip is be constructive. I'm a bit of a political junkie. I like watching the Sunday morning talk shows. I have observed the worst debaters in those settings to be those that never give an inch. They parrot their talking points and pound them out over and over again, never once acknowledging a point well made, or even acknowledging or accepting that reasonable people may disagree with their views. Worse yet, they don't move out of the conflict and into problem solving where they can identify some common areas of interest and solutions that may solve the interests of both parties. You see, in a negotiation, your job isn't to always be right or to get your way. The best negotiators that I've worked with define it differently. How do they define it? They define their job as getting good deals done. So in any negotiation or any endeavor meant to persuade the other side, you have some tough driving ahead. You have to access the attention and interest of the other side. Eliminate what is already a formidable task by taking away those things that others can easily disagree with. And if you follow these 3 tips, I hope you'll be well on your way to landing a great deal. This is Nick Syhodges from Confessions of a Global Negotiator and Global Negotiations, LLC. Thank you for tuning in.